There we go. On? Mic on? Mic is on. On. Mic is on. We should be good to go, ready to go. Let me get some game going on here. Mic is on. We should be good to go,
Yeah,
ready
we are
to
live.
go. We are live. Sexy live. So let me wait for a few seconds. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Because we have things to discuss, people. We got things to talk about. Oh my God, we have so many things to talk about in Hunter x Hunter. Now, I wasn't going to start the stream much earlier during the day, but I was very, very busy. Couldn't get to it. I really couldn't get to it like 5 hours ago. So here we are now at, well, it's 10:31 Eastern time. So it should be like 7:31 Pacific time. And for the European cats, they're asleep. So unfortunately, I can't get the European guys into the stream. Again, that was mainly because I was so goddamn busy a few hours ago. But we have the time now. And I did say that I was going to stream Hunter x Hunter and talk about Hunter x Hunter, and voila, I am here. I am here. Now, let me go on my phone real quick, because as usual, we'll be looking at chat on the phone. Of course, I will take questions. Listen, I'm not necessarily late, because there was no real schedule. Like, I didn't put up a time frame when I was going to be streaming. Well, no, I did, I think. Around, like, okay, you know what? That's a lie. Maybe I did put up a time frame. Because I think I said like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. Because I wanted to get the European guys in. Because the European cats, well, at least like London, UK, it would be 10 p.m. But right now in London, UK, it's like 3 a.m. So it is a shame that I couldn't get them in. So that is definitely my bad. I do apologize for that. But the stream itself will be saved to the channel, no problem at all, and we will get them in the next stream. So what I'll probably do is that I'll do a stream after this batch of chapters is out, because we can easily assume that Togashi is not gonna be around for the long haul. My guess here is that Togashi is going to be around for, let's say, 10 chapters, maybe 2.5 months. I mean, maybe. Like, in all honesty, I don't see him going any further than 15. All right, knowing Togashi, 15 would be like, whoa, given his track record. So I'm going to say 2.5 months. Maybe 8, like minimum 6 chapters. So like a month and a half, which would suck massively considering where we are right now in the story and where we are right now. So let me go straight into, and by the way, I'll take questions, no problem. We'll keep the stream going for probably like at most, like maybe 2 hours, at most 2 hours. Though honestly, for this stream, if we really want to go in depth and talk about like the things in full detail, this stream should be like 4 hours. Like, in all honesty, because there's so much stuff to go over. It's insane. It's nuts when you look at all the stuff that's going on in the Hunter x Hunter right now. When it comes to Ging, when it comes to Pariston, when it comes to the parties at hand beyond Netero, and then Pariston's team. Then you have the Hunter Association and how they're playing a role when it comes to bring people to the Black Whale Mark 1, the first of 20 ships that the King of Kakin is going to be bring over to the new continent, the fake Dark Continent. And then there's still the border of the human world. And then once we get past the border of the human world, then we have the Dark Continent waters, and then we have the Dark Continent itself, and then that only is going to be, as far as I recall, they're not going to like the eastern side, they're going to like the northeastern side. I believe that they're going to where the ruins are, where Byron is. Oh, like the weaponized sphere plant Byron. It's oh my god. Oh no, Togashi. Like, dude, Hunter x Hunter would probably be compete with One Piece in sales easy if Togashi could come out on a weekly basis. If he could, Hunter x Hunter would be god tier right now, dude. Like, the shit that this guy has in the works is stunning. It is absolutely stunning. Fuck, man. Though granted, his artwork is not exactly the best. That needs definite work. Massive work, but let's continue here. So let me get up a picture. Let me drop me down. Let me go over here. Okay, so before we touch upon the Dark Continent stuff and the Voyage stuff, in I believe it was chapters 300 and yes, I'm using Kiss Anime. I don't see a problem me doing this, consider how this stuff came out a year ago. So if Shueisha do flag down this stream for X, Y, and Z reason, because I'm showing the pictures from Scanlation site, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Again, considering how this stuff came out last year. Most of the stuff came out in 2014. And then some of the stuff came out in 2016 last year. So I'm hoping that I don't get taken down. I don't see it happening. I really, really don't. And I'm going to be seeing chat on my phone. So for the regular comments, I'll hopefully get to see you guys. Oh yeah, Kiss Manga, not Kiss Anime, Kiss Manga. I use Kiss Manga a lot. I do. There are other Scanlation sites out there. There's a whole slew of them. And in honesty, I actually wouldn't mind. Let me see here. I wouldn't mind using the Viz. Like, I can buy the chapters on Viz and show it that way. But I prefer the scroll down system of Kiss Manga. I really do. Like, it makes things very easy for me. So in the last batch of Hunter x Hunter chapters, we had we had the fight between Chrollo and Hisoka. And this is not necessarily relevant to the bigger picture until you get towards the end of the fight, where after the fight occurs and Hisoka is defeated, you have Chrollo talk to, I forgot his name, this guy. He talks to this guy. You got Shashi on your screen. And essentially speaking, they're going to go into onto the ship because on the Black Whale Mark 1, there's a lot of treasures, obviously. Because you're going to have the King of Kakin, you have the Prince of Kakin, you have the Hunter Association. They're all going. So you're going to have a lot of high-end stuff there. And that kind of carries over to the next chapter, chapter 358, where, or even, well, the next few chapters where they talk about disturbances that go down on, in the ship. So basically, these events between Hisoka and Chrollo take place a little bit before they set sail. Now, that being said, Hisoka he took this dude out. He devastated this guy. All right, whatever his name is. Wait, what's his name? Someone in the chat tell me. Fuck, I forgot what his name was. I forgot what his name was. Shalnark, thank you. All right, rip Shalnark. The Shalnark got devastated, and as you can see, all right, Kortopi was taking a deuce, all right? And out comes Hisoka carrying his head. Like, bro, Shalnark drops the phone, immediate offensive mode, but because Hisoka pulled, like, the most insane what the fuck, or one of the most insane what the fucks we've seen in Hunter x Hunter by far, easy, he made a foot out of his own nen. And if you don't remember, here's what he did. Before he lost to Chrollo, he literally put his hand in his heart and he talked to his nen. Oh, my rubber nen. After I'm dead, come back to life along with my heart and lungs. Cradle them, caress them, and then expand and contract. And when the explosion occurred, Hisoka came back to life. The man literally talked to his nen, and he was able to come back to life. His neck messed up. He's missing his left fingers, essentially. He has no right foot. But because he came back to life via his nen became stronger. And so Machi stitch him up. No. I don't need you anymore, Nachi. I got this. He's able to create the body parts and stitch up his wounds with the rubber bungee gum Nen. I'll stop the bleeding. And he stops the bleeding of his mouth. The parts that were destroyed, and with texture surprise, can be reproduced. Even my left hand. And he recreates, he molds his left hand, can be molded out of rubber. And then a dash of text surprise, and boom, even my right foot. So Hisoka leveled up, and he's chasing down the spiders. He holds down Machi. She ain't going anywhere. Look at that goddamn face. Holy jeez. And then, well, Kurta gets the boot, and then he devastates Shalnark. Bro. He devastates, like, he literally one-shots Shalnark. And he is moving so fast because he is his right foot now is rubber, so it's like a springboard of sorts. So Hisoka one-shot Shalnark, as far as I can tell. And then there's Shalnark, that's the result. Crows around it, picking at his corpse. 10 more to go. So we had this in between the Voyage stuff and the Ging stuff. So like, this was at the beginning of 2016 last year, and then 2016 ends off with Kurapika. So let's go to the latest chapter of Hunter x Hunter before the upcoming chapter of Hunter x Hunter. First of all, any questions that I need to be aware of in the chat? Mod random vibe. Didn't I? Wait, can I do it from here? All right, shut up, Vibe. Shut up. Report. All right, Vibe, you're a moderator now. You should be good, bro. You should be good. All right, cool. What up, people? So, if you guys have just joined the chat, awesome. Or join the stream, I should say. Because we're going to cover some stuff ready in a few hours' time for the return. Now, let me say this, though. Okay, let me say this. I am not going to be doing any live reactions for Hunter x Hunter. Normally, I just do reviews, and the reason why is because Hunter x Hunter is very dialogue-driven. And if I were to do a live reaction, it would probably be like a 30-minute read-along, essentially. Because that's what they boil down to. The live reactions of Hunter x Hunter, I feel like they would be... They wouldn't be... Like, okay, they would be strong videos, but they'd be videos that I feel wouldn't be as strong as a review, where I can go to much greater detail and depth when it comes to the content at hand, because there's so much dialogue, and folks do complain about that dialogue. To me, it's not really a big deal, but it is there. And I don't think I'm going to do live streams for Hunter x Hunter in the future, but again, I'm going to save that more towards after this batch of chapters is over. Now, that being said, and there'll be regular reviews, like I do for Kingdom, like I do for One Piece. I kind of do off and on with that, but more or less it's regular reviews. Now, in the latest chapter of Hunter x Hunter, chapter 360, Kurapika is with the youngest of the kids of the Kakin family, and we have some stuff going on when it comes to the Nen, because in this case, we have Nen parasitic beast, and it was done via a ceremony with the pot. I forgot what the pot was called, but we'll get to that sooner or later in this live stream. So, every prince of Kakin now has a Nen beast after the ceremony, and the Nen beast is going to be a key indication as to whether or not someone's going to be king of Kakin or not. Now, right now, all of the eyes, or most of the eyes, seem to be on the fourth prince of Kakin. His name is ridiculous. To this day, I still can't pronounce his name. I'm not even gonna try. So we're just gonna call him the fourth prince of Kakin. But right now, focusing on Kurapika's group, who is a bodyguard for the youngest prince of Kakin, who's just still a baby, who's still an infant, but is still gonna take part in this war between the princes on the boat. So not only is the boat itself pretty chaotic, in the lower levels because there's no real order there and stuff's going crazy. But they're going to the new continent, which is going to be pretty crazy in of itself because they're all venturing to the outskirts of the human world. But also, and I have no water. Oh my god, like this is pathetic. All right, not professional at all. To have no water lying about, so when my throat gives out, I can lubricate the vocal cords and continue to speak. F my life. Either way, we'll muscle through. Okay, we'll muscle through. So the succession war is going down right now, and all the princes, including the younger ones, all the way up to or down to I think it is 14 princes, they're all taking part. Now, is it 14? No, that sounds no, because Benjamin's number 1. Okay, hold on, wait. There's a previous chapter that was stated. I'm not too sure which chapter that was exactly. That's a chapter way back when. I'll find out at some point. But in the meantime, yeah. So this is the ship. But essentially speaking, people, Kurapika, the youngest prince. Now, the war has taken several twists and turns. One of these major turns is that there are bodyguards of the other princes and their mothers that have infiltrated her. I forgot her name was. Her. I forgot her name. But she is okay. Thank you, Queen. Oh, thank you. I'm reading right there. So Queen Oito, and the way it works is the Benjamin's mother, the first queen of Kakin, she has to give bodyguards to the second queen of Kakin, and then it goes down the list for not only the mothers but the mothers' children. So her bodyguards, Oito only has, I think, 2 like legitimate bodyguards. I believe so. But the other bodyguards come from the queens that are above her, since she is the youngest and the newest queen. So because of that reason, Kurapika can't trust most of these bodyguards. So like Kurapika honestly is like the only real like legitimate bodyguard. So right here, the royal family assigned 7 bodyguards to Prince Wobble. Why do you suppose they chose 7? The number of wives apart from Queen Oito, correct. So there's 7 wives, that's right, there's 7 wives. Each of the princes were using their bodyguards to keep tabs on her, to make sure that none of the lower ranked princes and queens thought of raising up against them. Every time the king had a new wife, the number of bodyguards would increase, but upper rank queens and princes wouldn't ever have the lower ranked ones keep surveillance on them. So Oito can't keep tabs on queens 1 through 6 because she is the youngest and newest of the queens. Whereas the other queen, so the first queen, she can keep tabs on all of the queens and all of the princes because she has that authority. And we continue. And right here's the system. So, again, this is the reason why Hunter x Hunter for many folks can be a little bit overwhelming. Because Hunter x Hunter, sometimes when you explain a lot of these systems, when Togashi does this, it's in a huge dialogue section, a huge dialogue pocket. So sometimes it becomes overwhelming. So when it comes to the queen, so there not only is there a prince system as they vie for power with this succession war, but also there is a queen system behind the prince system. And on top of that, these systems are just 2 systems in a battle between family, all the while venturing to the new continent, while the Hunter Association have to watch beyond Netero, and then the V5, now the V6, because Kakin had to be incorporated into the V5 because they were doing some reckless stuff, trying to get into the new world without knowing much, honestly, just falling beyond Netero. So it's system on top of system on top of system, and it's all done like these huge dialogue waves, so it can get a little bit overwhelming. But let's continue here. So when a new queen is added, she becomes the lowest ranked queen. And the previous lowest ranked queen is then at least able to add one real bodyguard to her entourage, along with every queen ranked above her. This means Queen Oito, who happens to be the lowest ranked of all, has not yet had the system explained to her. So as you can see right there, so 14, okay, yeah, no, so it is 14. Okay, I was right. So 14 Prince Wobble, 7 surveillance bodyguards, chosen by Queens Uma and wherever that one is. Then we have 12th Prince, Prince Momose, 1 bodyguard chosen by, I think she is the 2nd queen or the 3rd queen, whatever queen. Basically, you see what I'm getting at here. Her bodyguards are not chosen by her, except for like Kurapika. The other queens choose bodyguards for the queens and the princes. And because Wobble is just a baby, there's no way he can choose his own bodyguards. The same thing goes for the 13th prince and like the 12th prince and the 11th prince because they're fairly young. They're fairly young. So, but even still, they're taking part in this war. Now, the parasite egg is where their abilities come from, and so he took part. Even though Wobble was a kid, he had his blood put into the pot. And the little Nen like lady came out, put the egg inside of his mouth, and then lo and behold, we have a parasite beast inside of Wobble. And how that works exactly, essentially, because he's a baby, even though he has Nen now, a parasite Nen beast, he's still a kid. So he cannot control his Nen beast at all. So his Nen beast is going to react mainly to his emotions. So if Wobble himself is distressed, then that's going to then that is going to affect the Nen beast. Like the Nen beast may get aggressive, but if Wobble's calm, then the Nen beast won't react, and that depends specifically on Queen Oito, the mother. So if she's freaking out, the kid may freak out, and if the kid freaks out, then the Nen beast will freak out, and then they all may die. So she has to keep her cool. If she freaks out, that may cause a whole slew of issues. Now, that being said, Kurapika, I could go over all the dialogue, but that'll take some time. So the parasite Nen beasts begin, and this is where it all starts. Now, mind you, some of these bodyguards are not Nen users, and then some of them are. Most of them are actually, I would say. And here's where it begins. So we have this, like, what's that Pokemon called? Like the number Pokemon? I forgot the call, but we have one of these things that pops out of this guy's like from the back of his head. And guys, can you see that? And then they see that. So we have these creatures on these bodyguards, and it's like, whoa, like what's going on right now? Calm down. It might react to you. And then it only gets crazier from there. So this, I would say, is not Prince Wobble. It's one of the other princes, probably a younger prince. It's not Helkenberg or whatever his name is, the 9th prince. The 9th prince and the 4th prince have like the most focus right now. Benjamin, not really, but Benjamin, I mean, he's kind of a brute. Yeah. I mean, that's what he is. The 4th prince, whatever his name is, again, long name, I can't pronounce it well, moving on. The 9th prince, Helkenberg, whatever his name is, and the 14th prince. These are right now the 3 princes of focus. There is I forgot what her name was. Like the 7th prince, no, much younger actually. Like the 10th prince or the 11th prince, we'll get to her at some point. She is talking to another prince as well, but they're not really friends. And that's really going nowhere. But that being said, Kurapika right now, he's on guard because he sees these Nen parasite beasts on these guys. But they don't see him because they're not Nen users. Then this guy turns around, and then boom, shit gets really fucking weird. Shit gets extra weird with the Nen beasts. So we have these things that are going through the walls, like these weird jellyfish type of tentacle monsters. Then we have this weird bear thing, all right, with a square jaw and like these opening slits on its forehead. Then there's some dragon horn devil thing. Shit gets weird. Then this guy talks to this guy. Are you free? So you knew right here this guy was fucked once this thing started talking to him. I'm kind of busy right now, so they're all freaking out and they all see what's going on. And it continues. So she can't see them because again she has no Nen power. But this is an ability of probably another prince. I doubt it's Wobble. I really do. It's way too chaotic. We're way too defenseless here. Someone may be controlling them, but they don't appear like they'd be controlled at all. But Kurta didn't hear this thing. I don't think he heard this thing. This thing is this thing can somehow like project its voice to this guy solely. So this thing from Jump Street targeted this guy. And then it just continues to get weirder and weirder. Like this weird tentacle type of like leech thing is coming out of the wall. More of those black flying, like whatever they're called, the parasitic egg jar ceremony. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. Kurta has Biscuit, has Melody, has other hunter friends among the bodyguards of the other princes, and he asks them like, "What's going on? Have you had any Nen beasts appear in your area?" But they seem to be fine. So Melody, nothing strange in Area 10. So the 10th Prince of Kakin. Is Biscuit there with the Nen beast? No. Well, Biscuit says there. This is Biscuit. There were Nen beasts here, but presently nothing is abnormal in Area 13. Presently, so things were abnormal, but now they're fine. So one of the princes has appeared to have gone full offensive off the gate. Who is it? We don't know right now at this point in time. We don't know. So this happens, and then this thing appears. So like it seems to have calmed down for a bit, right? And then the bodyguards are discussing amongst each other. And then this little creature, this little bear thing appears on this dude's back. Let me know when you're free. Okay? Okay? What the hell is this thing following me for? And then the end result of this thing is clearly some type of mind control. Where this guy, he kills these two bodyguards and stabs him as well. And then he says, well, his name is Tserriednich. Why would you do this? I was free, so it asked me to. Yeah. So the bear thing asked Tserriednich to kill those guys because he was free, and he couldn't disobey because that's probably the ability of the Nen parasite beast. Don't move, but it asked me to. Stop or I'll shoot. And then he lunged at Kurta. And then that's when we get this horrifying note last year. Starting next issue, Hunter x Hunter will be on break for some time. When the restart date has been decided, details will be available in this magazine. So, that is the latest chapter of Hunter x Hunter. So the next chapter of Hunter x Hunter should be the continuation and or the conclusion of what's going on when it comes to them being, when it comes to the bodyguards of Queen Oito being taken out. That should be filtered. And in all honesty, it should be Kurta, it should be this guy right here, and the other guy. Where is he? I can't find him right now. Yeah, him. The guy with the kind of spiky-ish side eyebrows. So, those will be the main bodyguards for Queen Oito. Because these two are now dead. This guy is being controlled. He may either still be controlled at some point and or he may die because they can't hold him back or something. Or like the Nen Beast, once the Nen Beast has no more use for the person, it kills that person. Because in the previous chapters, someone did die and his name was Woody. So let's go to Woody real quick. So Woody gets fucked up. Where's Woody? Okay, so here's Woody. So Woody, he's not wearing a cowboy hat, but here's Woody. Woody gets devastated. And he looks like he's been mummified. All of the blood's been sucked out. So my guess here is that this attack on Woody was done by a different prince because the way he died was completely different. Or like how things are panning out with Woody is panning out entirely different than how things are panning out with Tserriednich. With Tserriednich, he's being controlled by that weird big-ass Nen thing, the Nen bear. Whereas Woody was decimated stealthily. All of his blood has been drained out. He didn't report in any. He didn't report in at his regular time, so we went to check on him and found him like this. Oh yeah, so that's Woody right there. And then here's the end result of Woody. Like literally these holes all across his body, the blood was sucked out of him. Crazy. So the attacks have begun. And here's Benjamin, by the way. Benjamin, first prince of Kakin, like since he's the first son, the first prince, he is very confident in himself. But the fourth prince is like, that's gonna be a weird like little thing right there, where I see it as the fourth prince killing him. That I see do happening. But at some point, Kurta will take back his eyeballs from the fourth prince, not his eyeballs, the crimson eyes of his clan. He will take them back, obviously. And so far, that is what we have going on right now when it comes to the latest stuff. The latest stuff. Okay, so here are the other princes, though. So these two, I forgot what their names were. Because there's so many characters and so many princes. Like, you can't really keep track of them all. It's kind of crazy. But, let me see here. What is her name? Don't say my name, so... I forgot her name was, but she's definitely a mega bitch. In fact, she may kill her. Straight up. Straight up. That just may happen. Lady Kacho. And Fu. So Lady Kacho, so Kacho and so this is Fu. So the one with the black hair is Fu. The one with the blonde hair or whatever hair it is, that's Kacho. Okay. And Kacho is definitely a bitch. Don't go say my fucking name so casually, idiot. Now listen up. Let's work together and kill off all the other princes. When we're done and it's just the two of us left, I'll ask Papa to let you live. Tell your guards to cooperate with mine and understand. You understand. Smile, shiver brains. The cameras are watching us. So, no. Like, honestly, Fu is going to decimate Kacho. Like, decimation is in order. Mega bitch. Mega bitch. And then these are the results. Okay, so after Woody gets fucked, these guys get fucked as well. All right, they get massively fucked. I forgot about that. So these guys get fucked too. So Woody and then these four guys. So 5 guys have their blood drained. And then Kurta again immediately. Okay, no, stop the presses. Everything stops. If anyone fucks up, they're getting shot. So that's what remains, I believe so. Or like no, well, there's a little bit more than that, I believe. But right now, things are looking good for Camp Oito. Alright, so I'll take a few questions now before we get on to the rest of the stuff, meaning the Dark Continent stuff. Because, yeah. Me, that stuff's crazy. So, and for that, I want to start at the beginning. I want to start at the very beginning. So let's take so now you guys know what's going on in the latest chapters of Hunter x Hunter. If you guys forgot, now you guys remember. A good refresher. So bodyguards for Queen Oito are going down like clockwork. Some are having their blood drained. Some are having their minds controlled. And only a few are left, but Kurta now, he's regulating really goddamn hard. Mega hard. So, let me then go over to... Okay, so we'll get rid of the... Yeah, we don't need this anymore, so we're good. So let's get rid of the... Let's get rid of that. We don't need Hisoka anymore, because we covered that. That's not part of the bigger picture. The bigger picture, the way bigger picture is boom, yeah, oh, like it's fucking yeah, I will take you there, beyond, baby. It's time to go beyond, yo. The true protector of the mysterious ancient ruins, the unidentifiable sphere, the weapon, Ryan. The desire of codependence, gas life forms, AI. Dude, it's okay. All right. Questions. questions. So let me see this. First and foremost, Discord. What's going on in Discord right now? Let me see what's going on in Discord. I'm seeing stuff on Discord. Pariston could be Pariston is probably a specialist. I don't doubt that at all. All right, well, let me shift back over to the latest chapters. Hisoka solos the verse. Hisoka right now is god tier. I'll keep it real. I will keep it real. Hisoka right now is the man. He's really goddamn good. Like, it's scary, and he's leveled up even more so now. BG, it's like, dog. Like, I don't know. Like, he's leveled up. Hisoka of all cats has leveled up. That's scary. And now he's not gonna try and do this in like an open arena. He's not gonna try and make a big spectacle of it. Now he's hunting down the spiders on his own terms. He's basically going to systematically assassinate all the spiders, all the Phantom Troop. Like, Hisoka right now is a scary force of nature. Though right now, again, its only targets are just the Phantom Troop. How that plays out in the future, that may change. Who knows? Not too sure. But right now, it's scary. Hisoka being on your toes is some scary shit. Pariston over Hisoka, we haven't seen what Pariston can do. But according to Jin, like, Jin is on his guard with Pariston, but not that much, because Jin is a freak of his own right, honestly. But we can't really say for sure that he is that skilled to where he can take on someone like Hisoka. Oh yeah, so let me jump all the way back here at the beginning of the first chapter that came out in 2014. Because this, I think, is very important when it comes to not what's going on necessarily with the Voyage and the Dark Continent stuff and like the parties at hand, but it does play a role for Killua and Aluka, his brother / sister. Now, here is the research lab. I forgot where it was located exactly, but the underground research facility. The name escapes me, but it's the V5 at this point in time. V5 now V6 underground research facility where they keep a lot of these malformed bodies and freaks of nature that have come from the Dark Continent and corpses, that kind of stuff, hunters, and so on and so forth. And this guy, who is on the ship as we speak, he stumbles across this horrific site where we see all these twisted bodies, like freakish appendages, corpses. These were humans. This human was squished, like it just folded. It's nasty. And essentially, this guy, who actually, I forgot who said him before, but it may have been Amma who told me this before. But essentially speaking, I mean, hell yeah. This guy, he told Netero to take care of the Chimera ant situation. Now, hold on. It was stated in one of these chapters, but I'm going to say it here for the record. The Chimera ants were a B-class danger. They were B-class threats. Hold on. Okay, ammo. All right, well, ammo. Well, I don't want to go through that right now, like live on stream. So when I go through all this stuff, I'll backtrack to that. And when I have the gone face and everything, all right? But I will get to that, okay? But that being said. So, woo! Okay, so the Chimera ants, for as powerful as they were, Netero, who needed to go crazy, the Buddha thing, he was doing palm techniques. We saw Merem and the power and the ferocity. We saw Neferpito. We saw what Gon had to do in order to take her out. Monte the Yuppie was a forces of nature. They were only ranked B. All right, when it comes to like very similar to Yu Hakusho, where these creatures these creatures were immensely powerful. All right, Zeno, Zoldyck, Killua's father, he could feel the power of Meruem. He could feel that shit. Like, goddamn, whoa. And that's Zeno Zoldyck for you, man. And yet, I mean, Netero had to use an atomic weapon. Pretty much. He had to use the Rose. He had to use a 9 atomic weapon. And in honesty, if not for the poison attribute, if not for the poison factor of the Rose, this dude Meruem would have still been kicking. He would have, granted, he was massively wounded, and if not for Monte de Yuppie, and not for what's his name? I forgot his name. Shalapoof, I believe so. The butterfly one. If not for those two, Meruem would have died. But Meruem came back even stronger when they gave their life force, their essence, to Meruem. So the Chimerians are disgustingly powerful, and yet they're only B. And the Dark Continent has B+, it has A magical beast. Or, magical beast. And probably even beyond that as well. But what we see here are these bodies that are twisted up, and that are folded, and deformed in many ways. Now, these guys are a result, definitely, of one of the calamities. However, not Kaido's calamities, Hunter x Hunter calamities, okay? Hunter x Hunter calamities. That's the end result of those calamities. And when you look at the bodies that are twisted up, specifically those bodies came from this world, from the human world. And one of the core reasons for that is probably Aluka, Killua's sister. Now, if you guys don't know, then I don't know why you're in the stream, considering how there's a lot of spoilers that we're talking about, obviously. But Killua's sister, Aluka, has alternate personality. And honestly, I can safely say that it's probably another being inside of her. And that being is called Nanika. And Nanika, in the anime, we see it for a bit. I'm not going to go through the entire system of Nanika's abilities. But essentially, if you refuse Nanika's request 4 times, you die. And depending on the previous wish that was granted, your closest, the closest person to you will die in the same fashion. And from then on, the folks that you spend the most time with will die as well. So, it was a big thing between Hisoka and Illumi, where they were really fearing what was going on with Killua and Gon and Aluka, because the end result could have been the death of thousands of people that had any time whatsoever near Gon or near Killua, mainly Killua. Which is the main reason why Illumi and Hisoka began their hunt for Killua when Killua was with Aluka, and they were rushing towards Gon's side because Gon was near death. That being said, this is the end result of refusing the request. Because after a major wish that Aluka grants, that Nanika grants, I can't say Aluka, that Nanika grants, the next person to ask for wishes has to meet these very strict, like these insane requests. So a request with no wish at all will be something like hug me. Will be something like take me to the park or something like that. Like pick up this bug, something of the sort, like not a big deal. The request after major wishes will be stuff like give me your spine, give me your liver, die for me, crazy stuff like that. And if you can't fulfill those wishes, that's the end result of you and the ones closest to you. So these corpses were not only found, as far as I understand, these corpses were not only found in the human world, but also they were found in the Dark Continent as well. So then the theory would go along the lines of whatever Nanika is, Nanika or Aluka, because I believe that she's adopted. I'm not too sure if she is adopted or not, but I think that she is adopted. I believe so. But if not, then Nanika, the creature that is within Aluka, is from the Dark Continent. Because these corpses exist there as well, as far as I understand. So that is that connection right there. This essentially is a zombie. All right, there is a zombie immortal disease in the Dark Continent. Crazy shit. Netero talks to the to the Zodiac about the Dark Continent itself and his desires for them to go there and pioneer the Dark Continent and explore it and whatnot. But Ging and Pariston, they leave the Zodiac, and later on they get Leorio and Kurapika to fill the role of Rat and Boar. And then here is Beyond Netero, who Beyond Netero, who was waiting for his father to pass away because Netero himself placed a restriction on any parties to go to the Dark Continent, because every time parties would go back to the Dark Continent, they would get devastated. So even though the Dark Continent has a lot of these amazing materials and like amazing resources, the risks are so high. And we'll talk about that real soon. But Beyond Netero, he's been to the Dark Continent. No. Netero has been to the Dark Continent. Beyond Netero wants to go there. Most definitely he wants to go there. And he's been preparing most of his life for this voyage. And as a result of folks trying to stop him, he's manipulated the situation to now where he's going with the Hunter Association. But he's kind of like a prisoner. But there are folks in the organization, Monkey, Sayu, who are trying to set him free. Now, this guy, who is like an assistant of one of the top guys of the V5, he reads a book that was written by someone very important when it comes to the east coast of the Dark Continent. And the book talks about the 5 great calamities that have occurred. So there have been 5 major attempts to go from the human world to the Dark Continent. But as a result, there have been also 5 major calamities. And all the time, they have failed to bring back the resources from the Dark Continent that they sought. And instead, they bring out these calamities that kill a whole host of humans. So, the first calamity, the true protector of the mysterious ancient ruins, the unidentified sphere, the weapon, Bryon, which actually is a plant life form. It's a plant, which is crazy. All right? So we see a dude's torso and like a sphere on his head, or like where his head should be. That's scary. That's very scary shit. The desire of codependence, gas, life forms, AI, extra scary. I like this, man. The apparition of murders, contagion, the two-tailed snake, Hellbell, pleasure and life exchange, human feeding beast, Habu. Though the name does change to Pub later on, I believe so. Like the name changes, but I like calling it Papu. All right, just these things that feed on humans. The humans die in pleasure, but as a result, the humans shrink down to like minuscule sizes, but they die in pleasure. Hence, pleasure and life exchange. And then finally, deceiver of hope, endless despair, the immortal sickness, Zobe disease. So yeah, those have been the calamities thus far. Now, my guess here is that the chimeras were another calamity because someone recently went to the Dark Continent. That's my guess. You may want to tack in 6 calamities, but in this book's record, there have been 5 calamities thus far. And the book was written, I think, 300 years ago. Something of that sort. But there's been no major voyages to the Dark Continent by major parties as far as we know since then. Again, the theory would be that the Chimera ants are a disaster that comes from the Dark Continent. The Queen came from the Dark Continent. That's the assumption here. Alright. So, did I miss anything in chat? I think I did. Hold on. I think I did. But I need to go back up. Like, way the fuck back up. Whoa. No, okay. My phone can't go all the way back up to like the up comments. It just can't do that. Right now, Gon's just chilling. In fact, let me go over because there's actually a chapter with this where we just see Gon chilling right now with Aunt. Oh yeah, this is the chapter where Gin delivers some some justice. But right now, Gon's with Aunt Mito, and he's just chilling. Right now, right? Okay, so here's the chapter, or here's the chat. Yeah, no, there's multiple chapters on this. So right now, Gon's with Aunt Mito. He cannot use his Nen abilities. His Nen won't come out. And Gon is kind of worried about that. Joan, baby. Okay, hold on. So let me go to the page where they show Gon for like a second. It's like one small panel where they show Gon, and that's it. Where is Gon? Did I miss Gon? All right, there we go. Fucking yeah. It's like literally like just one like little page, like one panel right here. So, my aura isn't coming out. That's what we get in chapter 344 from Gon. And he has been essentially like put back to normal. Like he can't see his own Nen. So when Alucard returned Gon to normal, it looks like Gon is now like a regular human being. Like he still has his innate skills, but it looks like Gon has to retrain all of his Nen abilities from the ground up. That's the way it looks. So let's go to the next chapter. So now this is Gon. This is Jin talking to Gon. Your aura isn't coming out. So that's what Jin's saying to Gon. Well, when I was with you, it was coming out. It was coming out fine. So he still has his Nen ability. Like his Nen has not left his body. He still has Nen. But Gon himself now cannot see it. You probably just can't see it. You probably just can't see it now is all. In other words, you've returned to normal. That's plenty, isn't it? Well, just remember what I told you. You fought prepared to lose everything, and afterwards you were able to return to normal. Wanting any more than that is just asking for punishment. Rather, you should just be happy. As of now, this is a great opportunity for you to go and look for something. So, for like 320 some odd chapters, the main plot of the main character has been to find his father. Gon found his father. What now? Because the story has expanded like 15,000 fold. The story, the world's scope has expanded tremendously. But yet the main character has already like completed. He's already completed his thing. His main plot. Now what is Gon going to do? Well, find something else. Alright, find right here. Go and look for something. Just whatever your ambition is, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, just do it. Like find something that you want to strive for. For Gin, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, to me, I think it's very obvious. To me, this man, I think, wants to go to the west. He wants to go to the west coast of the Dark Continent and find the author of the book that talks about the east coast of the Dark Continent, the ancestor of the Freecss family, Don Freecss. Now, this chapter is amazing. So, it talks about we get to see some of the Dark Continent, and Gon talks and Jin talks more in the detail about the Dark Continent. But I want to give you guys a good map scale of the Dark Continent, a good map scale. Because I don't want to spend too much time talking about Kakin. Because honestly, the Kakin stuff is like it's there's a lot there. Oh my god, there's so much there. It is sometimes mind numbing. But I want to talk right now about the Dark Continent. Because, okay, first of all, I see some I see some super chat. So Magi discussion / chapter / catch up stream or video when? Asbel, I'm not too sure. Well, no, okay. I'm almost caught up with Magi. I am almost caught up with Magi, and we are potentially seeing some of the strongest characters in manga history, and right now it is pretty intense stuff. And Alibaba just shocking me in many, many, many ways, honestly. All right, okay. All right, Emma, hold on. All right, so what am I looking at right now? That's Revan. Yo, Emma, who are you on Discord again? I forgot. You're not, well, clearly you're not BG. What am I looking at? Let me see here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This one I've gone before. So this fat dude was the one that talked to Chairman Netero. And he told him, we want only one thing, a swift extermination of the dangerous species. There have been many victims, by any means necessary imagine. By any means necessary, I imagine. We're not the experts here, you are. We just want them exterminated as quickly as possible. Yeah, and this same fat guy that told Netero, who actually, hold on. Well, yeah, because the Hunter Association is just that. They're an organization within the countries of the V5. The V5 still runs, well, then the V5, now the V6. But yeah, I mean, that's what happened there. The Nanika stuff I'm not really seeing. I mean, is this even you? I don't even know, dog. I don't even know. Oh, huge fan. Thank you, Davis. Thank you. All right, let's continue here. So let me get a good picture of what's going on here when it comes to the Dark Continent. For those of you guys that need a reminder, a refresher. Oh, I love that panel. Fuck, where is it? I know that there's a much bigger, much bigger. I'm not seeing it here. Okay, so it's over here then. I think it's over here. Boom. Okay, cool. So. Vinland Saga is amazing. If you have not watched Vinland Saga, you should definitely watch Vinland Saga. Read Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is, honest to God, one of the best series I've read that is seinen. You should read it. Like, if you want to see a character go through, like, major, genuine character development, like, not what we get in, like, most shonen nowadays. If you want to see, like, deep character development, you go to Vinland Saga. Because Vinland Saga is some very impressive shit. I should review it. I read it on a monthly basis. I'm up to date. But I don't review it because I just enjoy it. Because I just enjoy how goddamn good it is. Vagabond's lit too. But Vagabond behind on. Now, that being said. Okay, so. Here is what's going on. And here is the manager dude. This guy talking about the... Okay, well, I see super chat right now. Hold on, give me a second. See, like, my phone knows when super chat is up. Other comments I just happen to see. Only post Nuke Meruem level characters can survive the Dark Continent, which means only Beyond or Jin. I mean, okay, like, Netero survived the Dark Continent back in the day. And he was more powerful back in the day. Like, his fist could surpass the speed of sound. Like, I remember that. Like, when he punched, like, the sound came after the punch. And, like, back in the day, I think... How old is Netero? Netero's fucking old, man. Netero, I think, is over a century old easy. I forgot how old he is exactly. But Netero, he is a fairly powerful dude, and he survived way back when. As well as... Ziggy Zoldyck and I forgot her name, but she is the current head of the Gourmet Hunters. The Gourmet Hunters. Sekai wo. The Gourmet Hunters. And by the way, I mean, honest to God, Hunter x Hunter took a huge playbook from One Piece and Toriko when they did the Dark Continent. Though I'm forgetting if that occurred before or after, because it has been some time. It really has been some time. This was 2014, these chapters that you're seeing currently. I'm not too sure when it was talked about initially. I think it was 2012. Yeah, I think, yeah, I believe that they talked about the Dark Continent in 2012. Because Togashi came back in 2014 after a 2.5-year hiatus. Oh my god, dude. I mean, it's been like, could you imagine where the story would be right now if Togashi had at least released Hunter x Hunter on a monthly basis, not a weekly basis, on a monthly basis with Hunter x Hunter. Could you imagine where the story would be right now? Oh my god. Oh. Chills down my spine. So let's just talk about the Dark Continent right now, okay? Well, the scope of the world, and mind you, somewhere in all this, I think right here is Greed Island. I'm not too sure where it is exactly, but one of these is Greed Island, and Greed Island is fairly big, very big actually. But let's continue here. As of present, this is the officially published world map. Our world exists at the very heart of the Dark Continent. It stands in the center of the giant Lake Mobius. That's an amazing name. I would give my kids my kid's middle name should be Mobius. It's my kid would hate me, but it's still an amazing name. All right. From our data and gathered logs, we know that humanity has attempted 149 times to challenge the Voyage. So a total of 149 times, where there have been 5 major times. The number of confirmed survivors totals 28 people. So of the 149 times humanity has attempted to challenge the Voyage, mind you, not necessarily the Dark Continent itself. Okay, because you have to understand this shit, okay? You have to understand this shit. It's crazy. It's mental. What we see of the Dark Continent right now is probably just the coastal areas. Like, I mean, potentially speaking, the Dark Continent is far deeper than we can imagine. Potentially speaking. Because the major issues for humanity have just come in the coastal regions. Not necessarily like the much deeper regions. Like, it's, oh no. Like, Hunter x Hunter could go like easy, like 800 chapters overall as a series, but if that ever happened, I'll be like 50. Straight up. From our data and gathered logs, we know humanity has attempted 149 times to challenge the Voyage. The number of confirmed survivors totals 28 people from those 5 different voyages. Hold on. Okay, no. Then I was right. Yeah, so it was 5 voyages total, but the attempt has been done 149 times. Of those confirmed, Master Beyond is one of them. The son of Chairman Netero. Hold on. Super chat. Something about Reddit. What's going on? Mega Buster. What is this? Reddit? What? Oh my god. God. Hold on. Can I click on this on my phone? What the fuck? I don't think I can. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I can. What the fuck? No. No mas. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got it. I got it on my phone. All right, so what? Is that a chart of the the level danger of the Chimera ants and the other species? What the fuck? Oh no. This is an extra content from volume 33. all right. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Let me go to chat real quick. Okay, okay. I don't use Reddit that much, so I'm... All right, cool. All right, thank you. Mega Buster, good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. I just couldn't get on my phone. Well, no, I did get on my phone eventually, but I couldn't. I want to show you guys this. So here is the database of... Huh. Yes, here's the database of all these creatures. So Chimera ants, ferocity, B to C. B... What is that? Equal, not equal? A, 1, 8. So what? Is that like the top tier Chimera? Number, so total all number of Chimera ants. So how... So their numbers. B, fertility, B1. I mean, I would say it's higher than that, considering how they could eat and just reproduce. Destructivity is A, overall B. All right, overall B. AI gas life forms, A, that's way scarier. B plus is Byron, that's scary. Disease is B plus. Hellbell. Hellbell is worse than the Chimera ants. The pup is A. Human 1, C. Human, really? Okay, so humans are C. So basically, in the food chain, we're in the middle. Humanity's in the middle. And you'll see eventually why that's the case. But that's it. Hold on. What did it say on Reddit? I'm curious here. For ferocity towards... Wait, hold on. I should make this. For ferocity. Like, what does this mean exactly? That's weird. For ferocity towards human, 1, A1 aggressively attacks humans. 2, biology and actions of the creatures put large amounts of human lives in danger. Okay, so that's relative to humans. Really? Aggressively attacks humans. Biology and actions of the creature put large amounts of human lives in danger. Depending on conditions, the entire species become level A. Weather, natural environment, food, chemicals, etc. An individual has individual variability. Depending on the condition, an individual can become level A. Smell of blood, being wounded, breeding season, etc. D. Okay. I see what's going on. All right. Okay. All right. So let me not spend too much time here. I may want to talk about that later. in like another video. That is interesting. One nest host or group contains 10,000 or more. B, few hundreds to few thousand. C, 10 to 1. D, okay, all right. Okay. This is extra content from Volume 33, translation, edit, credit. But since the thread in which he posted it didn't get much upvotes, I'm reposting it for visibility. Okay. So this is the initial thread. Okay, we'll go through this later. We'll go through that all later. I'll do that in another video. All right, let me just stay the course right now. Let me see here. But yeah, Chimera ants are overall B-level threat. That's the key thing you got to get out of that, okay? The Chimera ants are overall a B-level threat. Merim himself may have been a B+, honestly, considering his individual prowess. So he's superior than most of the Chimera ants overall, but as a group, they are B. As a group, they are B. There are far deadlier things. Trust me. Well, you guys already know, but let's continue here. So, these 5 voyages all happened after the V5 entered into a non-aggression pact with the help of unofficial guides. Without a guide, humanity is at a point where they are unable to pass the established borders of the ocean. So, there are guides that exist, and they are magical beasts, okay? And these magical beasts are guides into the Dark Continent. And these are where the 5 voyages have taken place. There have been no real voyages to like the furthest eastern areas. All right, the furthest east area of Lake Mobius is still unexplored, and the west is entirely unexplored by people of today, by like the cats of like recent history. But there is someone who is in the west as we speak right now. Ah man, yeah, that's gonna be cool. So, okay, well let's get to that now. In short, from the past until now, not even once, officially anyways, has humanity ever succeeded in making a round trip to the Dark Continent by its own strength. So, in this border right here, that is the limit of the border of the oceans for the human world. And the main voyage of Kakin right now is going to those outskirts islands and continents. So if you see the map of the human world right now of Hunter x Hunter, it looks a lot like our human world in like planet Earth. So you have like, let's say South Africa. You have South America. Is that South America? Maybe. Yeah, you have South America right here. You have Africa right there. That's like Australia. We have what appears to be North America, but I guess like just morphed, and just whatever. It looks, there are continents from the human world, from our world. You get a scope of that. You see that. Actually, no. Is that Asia? Is that Asia? And is that like what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna bother. Okay, hold on. Who's texting right now? Let me see this. According to the Reddit posts, there are around 10 to 100 Bryons running around. I think no. Okay, there's probably more in the Dark Continent, but there were, let's say here, there were like some of these species. I'm pretty sure actually all of them still exist in the human world, but they've been controlled to an extent, or for some other reason or not, they haven't caused that many. They haven't caused that many deaths. Either way. But you are right about that. But I just don't know if that applies to the Dark Continent, because my assumption here is that the Dark Continent, where Brian is actually located, where it's from, there's way more than just 10 or 100. I'm guessing that there's way more than that. As of present, this is the official map. Blah blah blah. Okay, so we see the map, and then we continue down. Incidentally, these 28 survivors all had the physical fitness level of a track and field medalist and were all blessed with incredible luck. Even so, after returning alive and clearing their inspections, only 3 of them were able to return to ordinary daily life. This has resulted in a successful return rate of merely 0.04. Whoa, that is extremely low. 0.04 successful return rate. That's how deadly this shit is. And then they talk about the guides. The guides are a race of people that are summoned as gatekeepers to the Dark Continent. Gatekeepers, a magical bestial species that have soul connections to the continent. Without any negotiations with them, it is incredibly difficult to voyage to the Dark Continent. Now, this then goes to the Kakin stuff and the voyage. Now, the Kakin stuff is important to the respects of the Kakin stuff that's going with Kurapika, with the Prince of Kakin and their battle and whatnot. That is only going to really take part for 5 years, I believe so. I believe so. 5 years until they reach the outskirts of the human world, where this border area is right here. I believe it's 5 years. Like, it could be a 5-year voyage to the Dark Continent itself, though I kind of doubt that. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. But at least 5 years, or maybe around 5 years, to these outskirts island continents. And that's the main gist here when it comes to Kakin, when it comes to their voyage. Like, the voyage for them will stop here. But for the hunters and for for Beyond and for Jin's group and for Pariston's group, they will continue to the borders where the gatekeepers are, and then from there they will go into Dark Continent waters. That's the main gist there. And that's what Beyond is talking about when it comes, and so Beyond talks about that and various things to the Zodiac, and these are dark content warriors that are imagined there. Now, I'll be waiting and ready anytime. Beyond Netero. And this is the ship, the first ship that they're taking. This is the, what's it called? The Black Whale Mark 1, right? I believe so. The Black Whale Mark 1. So this is the first ship that's going to go, built by the King of Kakin and the Kakin people. And it can hold it can hold 200,000 people. And they're going to do around 20 more of these ships. And according to them, he has stated that within 5 years, 1 million people will be transported to the Dark Continent. Actually, wait, is that where the 5 years comes from? I wonder. Is it 5 years to get there, or is it 5 years for this whole 1 million mark thing? I'm not too sure. Either way, so this is Pariston's group right here. This is Jin coming in. Yo, what up? I want in. Now, Jin has left the Zodiac because he felt like it was better off if he were to do it with these guys instead. Because these guys have been preparing for this journey, and he wants to end the journey because that is his basic life goal right now. So, let us talk then about the Dark Continent. We get into Pariston's character, which is pretty cool as well. But right now, Pariston and Jin, they're not the primary focus. These next few chapters of Hunter x Hunter, I believe they are going to go into the Kurta stuff and the Kakin stuff. Because the Kakin stuff and the Kurta stuff, I think is going to be resolved. No, it should be resolved before they even reach the new continent. Let alone the gates, let alone Dark Continent waters. That's what I believe is going to be the case. Now, this one guy tries to stop Jin because he thinks that he's hot shit. But Jin, nah. Now, if fucking Christ, that is what Jin can do to someone via regular punches. Granted, he didn't kill that dude like that. That was just an image, all right? That was just Jin's fist. Like, you get the picture, bro. You understand what's gonna happen to you if you fuck with me. You see this shit? So, Jin talks about in more detail what's going on, but let me get to that chapter real quick. So Kurta, part of the Zodiac, because the Oreo, he recommends that. Then they talk about, okay, so Kurta is looking for the eyes of his comrades, obviously, still. And they know who has the majority of them, and that's this guy. Listen, like, this is his name right here. I do not know how to say his name. It's like, Tserriednich, fuck it. You know what? We gave up. We gave up not even halfway. Like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna bother. The 4th Prince of Kakin, that's his name. That's him. This guy is the centerpiece prince right now, with the exception of the 14th Prince of Kakin. And then there's also the 9th Prince of Kakin, who is fairly well known and regarded among the people. Now, let's continue. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay, so here we have Jin explaining a few things about the V5 and the 5 great calamities and so on and so forth. Okay, the National Environmental... Okay, that's what it's called. So where we saw those twisted bodies is beneath the National Environmental Approval Agency. That's what it's called. Okay, I forgot about that. Which, again, is run by the V6. Not the V5, the V6. Now it's the V6. Back then it was the V5. So, he explains the materials that are in the Dark Continent that are amazingly powerful and potent in various ways. But the risk is insane. Again, high risk, high reward. That is the major gist of this voyage. It is high risk, high reward. When it comes to the Dark Continent voyage, the voyage to the new continent is one and the same. But again, the Kakin stuff is its own little separate thing that is a part of the greater... That is a part of the voyage to the new continent, and then the overall greater voyage to the Dark Continent. Again, systems, levels within each other. So, he talks about, or he's asked the question, like, is there, like, what have they gotten? Like, are there any tangible discoveries that we can prove that it's worth going to the Dark Continent? So, the trade of a mineral that generates electricity when it is submerged in water. ghost stone. Right there, it's called, the Japanese is Mujin Seki. With one small bead, it can put out 20,000 kilowatts of power in an entire day. 20,000 kilowatts of power. One small bead can put out 20,000 kilowatts of power for an entire day. They can be found in the rugged mountain ranges of the northeastern shore of Lake Mobius. So, the northeastern shore. We're not going too deep into the Dark Continent. The northeastern shore. In fact, I believe so. Okay, I believe that this is the deepest that they've been into the Dark Continent. But let's continue here. But those mountain ranges are the territory of the human-keeping beast, which was previously human-feeding, whatever, Pabu. The allied nations of the Begros sent 1,000 people down there, maintained route as a scouting brigade, and only 7 people returned. So out of 1,000, only 7 motherfuckers came back. They got fed on by human-keeping, human-feeding beast. If you continue due north from the lake, from our world, into the Dark Continent, which is going to be, on the map, it should be right around, where? It should be, where is it? That's Lake Oreo, no. Here, boom, right around here, right around here. If you continue due north from the lake, from our world, into the Dark Continent, you'll end up in a sea of trees. After entering that area for 400 kilometers, so that is a ways away. So that is fairly, like, that, for a continent, that's not, like, massively deep, but it's still, okay, not bad. You will see a mysterious labyrinth. Now, who built this labyrinth? I mean, there's probably stuff in the Dark Continent. No, there has to be. There's stuff in the Dark Continent that was built by maybe previous. My guess here is that maybe humans came from the Dark Continent, but because they were getting killed off by so many different things, they sought refuge in Lake Mobius. That's my guess. Potentially so. Who knows? But after entering that area for 400 kilometers, you will see a mysterious labyrinth in a town that has been there since ancient times. Again, how ancient? Number-wise, we don't know. There are herbs here which could cure 10,000 different illnesses. That's amazing. But the plant weapon itself guards this deserted town. That very plant weapon eradicated the elite forces of the Sahelta Empire and left them with only 2 survivors that returned. 2 of the elite forces. Byron decimated. This plant weapon decimated. And left 2 survivors. South of Lake Mobius, the Okema Federation attempted to get the ultimate longevity food, the nitro grain. But as they transversed on through the wild swamplands that grew before them, 99% of them fell prey to Hell Bell. Hell Bell. And they were left with only 11 survivors. The Republic of Minbo enlisted the power of the Hunter organization and challenged them to obtain the 3 primary liquids. Three primary liquids. But the result of that was only 3 survivors returning completely empty-handed. After the mist creature AI surrounded them and some kind of dispute or struggle ensued, exactly what kind is as of yet unclear. There we go. But afterwards, the remaining survivors had lost all shred of their sanity. The Hunter organization also secretly allied with Beyond's father, Netero, and went into the continent, but there is no official record of this happening. According to Netero, And here's where we get like a first genuine glimpse of what's in the Dark Continent. And here's where and here's why we can see that the Dark Continent is just, it's too damn good. Like, there's too many powerful fuckers there. Way too many powerful things there. Voila, boom. Let me. Oh nigga. Oh no. Hold on. There we go. There it is. So, this is the thumbnail. And we get a gist here of just how insane of a place this is when you look at all these gargantuan creatures. This place is gigantic. Now, I'm trying to see how big, like, if I'm not too sure if there's a way to see how big Netero and company are compared to this, but you can tell it's huge. So this is Netero back in the day, way back in the day. That's Zodiac, and that's Lynette, who, again, I think is the head of the gourmet hunters. In fact, I'm not too sure if that is. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay, because I'm trying to see if I can find a way to gauge size here. So I do see, like, maybe these are people. I'm not too sure. Like maybe it's them. No, probably not. It's probably like some kind of other beast and creature. I'm trying to find where they are, where Netero is, and get a scope. Okay, so I think they're right there. Yes. So, if you guys can't see, I'm gonna zoom in even further, so we get a sense of how big this place actually is. Hold on, where are we? Oh, I'm so zoomed in, it's crazy. Okay, so I could be going crazy, I'm not too sure. But if you can see right there, there appears to be 3 people. Like, Zig, Lynette, Netero. I could be wrong about that, but that appears to be 3 people right there. Uno, dos, tres. Alright? Eins, zwei, drei. I believe so. And if that's the case, that's impressive on the part of Togashi to draw them in. But I believe that there are 3 people right there. Let me zoom out and maybe get a better sense of that. Oh no, not zoom in. Zoom out, baby. Zoom out. Whoa. Yeah, so like I would say that they're right there, amidst this foliage. And they see this giant snail beast. They see like this 3-armed T-Rex and like this 4-legged 3-armed dinosaur thing. There's some weird, like, where the fuck that tentacle thing is. Like these small, okay, compared to them, they're probably huge. But these elephants, they're definitely elephants of some kind. Then you have this. Like, this thing came straight out of Tremors. Oh. It's like the king of the Tremors, of those worms. And it's eating some type of, and it's eating like one of those 3-armed dinosaurs. But another version of that. Yeah, like it looked like these two were in like the same pack. Like they were like together. And then nah, like, yo, it's over. Like one of you's going down quick. Immensely quick. This thing got fucking decimated. And then one of these elephants, or like a smaller version of or like a bigger version of the elephant, is being been and flown off by like what appears to be this gigantic mutant fly. Like Mothra has nothing on this, dude. Look at this. Like this gigantic fly thing is eating an elephant. It's carrying off a fucking elephant. And then another T-Rex type of thing is being like devoured by a gargantuan walrus. Like, nigga, no! It's like, bro, what? Please. Yo, we can't get there fast enough. Like, my God. Fuck. Like, what? How? Like, when did mammals get to this point? Like, when? Bruh. It's too much. And then next thing, this place is gigantic. Nah, like, your friend got fucked. I'm sorry, he just got decimated. Absolutely murdered on every level. And that's where they all are going to go. And then they talk about how they know this. Like, how is this information privy? So this guy, I have one thing that's been on my mind that I've got to ask. You've told us all about how at that time there were many different places that were decided on as targets within the unknown continent by V5, right? So this is previous to V5, or like right when V5 was starting. How do they know where to go exactly? Like, these targets, like, what are like, how do they know where to go exactly? Like, why would they want to go exactly up north, or like a little northeast, or like southeast? Like, why didn't they go straight east? Who knows? Well, we do know, and here's the answer. Of course, no matter what age you live in, there are always fools. Over 300 years ago, only one person had ever explored the shores of Mobius. One person. And that person kept a journal in his exploration. The New Continent's Traveler's Journal East and West. But only one has been found. Okay. But the only one we've found is the East. There still hasn't been one copy of the West found. Why is that? There are three possible reasons that I can think of. We simply haven't found it yet. That's one. He failed to recognize his life's ambition, and somewhere along his journey, he decided not to finish the other half of the book. That's number two. And the last one is that it's still being written as we speak. But you just said it was written, but you just said it was a book written 300 years ago. Shocker. Could it be the ultimate ingredient? What? Could it be the ultimate ingredient for longevity, the all-curing herb? You can't be serious. The author of that book is Don Freecss. Don Freecss. The ancestor of Jin and Gon Don. Apparently, the Freecss lineage is deep. Apparently, the Freecss history is balls deep. And that is what's going down right now in the Dark Continent. Now, I will take some more questions on the matter at hand. We'll yeah. I have to regularly put in some question time because it's there's just so much, man. There's so much to cover. Don is waiting, man. Like, I can't wait to when they get to like the western part of the Dark Continent, if ever. Where's my twin brother? I don't have a twin brother. I have a little brother. All right. And he is in Pennsylvania right now. Twin brother. Like, we're not, like, I know we do look alike according to folks, but he's not my twin. He's my little bro. My little broski bro. Next question. Did I fuck Big Mama? No, I'm not into Big Mom. All right. I like my women a lot more. Even though I'm big, I prefer more slender women. Like, granted, One Piece characters are designed weirdly because the hips are way too small. I mean, like their waists are just like crushed in. But Nico Robin is the female for me. All right, no matter what. Like, my thing here is this. Okay, all right. So Togashi, he could just end Hunter x Hunter without finishing the series. he could do that. He could make it some like ambiguous thing, like do like a 40-year time skip. We see Jin in the Dark Continent, he finds Dawn or some shit like that. Like, he could really do that. And honest to God, it would suck massive balls. Togashi, what he should do, if he wanted to keep the legacy of his story continuing and end appropriately, what he really should do is write out the story. Have some rough edges, have some rough etches of what the character should be, new characters, new creatures, that kind of stuff. And then let someone else take the reins, okay? Togashi, like kind of like what we see with Boruto, where Kishimoto is not, like he's not drawing Boruto, but he plays a key role in how Boruto operates, as far as I understand. Togashi, take a step back, man. If your body can't handle the stress, if you reacted that way, because his body does break down in many ways when it comes to stress. He has kids to take care of. He is, he's a fairly busy dude, and he just can't handle stress. He's not good at handling stress in many ways. If that's the case, then just take a step back, bro. All right, like you don't need to be drawing the panels on a daily basis, waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning with only 4 hours of sleep. Speaking of which, I am very tired myself. Oh my God, am I tired? But I'm here. I am here for you guys. And in all honesty, I think that'd be the best option. Because if Hunter x Hunter was monthly, I'd be okay with that. That to me would be fine. If he wanted to still keep on doing Hunter x Hunter, being a monthly series, I think would make more sense. Like, why isn't it that Boruto's monthly, and Togashi, because he did Yu Hakusho, and because he's so well renowned, he has so much leniency. Because Hunter x Hunter is a popular series, Yu Hakusho is a popular series, the guy's legendary. So Shueisha are very lenient when it comes to Togashi and his situation. So then, why not just have him do this shit monthly? Like, is it in his contract? As, like maybe it's part of his contract to where, like, if he is doing Hunter x Hunter, he has to do it weekly. Just shift over to monthly. I believe that if he did do that, it'd be easier on him, an author, and us as readers. I believe that, in all honesty. UK boys, 5 a.m. gang. Yeah, listen, dude. Dude, quick. If you're here, good shit. Because I did want to stream much earlier in the day, like around, like 5 or 6. But I was fairly busy. All right, I was still busy, even though I spent most of the night taking care of what I take care of. Mowing my name. I can't even see it. Bro. But that being said, I mean, honest to God, though, I mean, let me see here. The next stream I will do, I think it will be after these latest chapters come out of Hunter x Hunter. And then once Togashi goes back on hiatus, then we'll do a live stream for Hunter x Hunter again. I do actually want to do more live streams for Hunter x Hunter. So, like, let's say, instead of doing that, let's say 5 chapters deep, I do another live stream for Hunter x Hunter. And then we discuss, and then we can talk, and that kind of stuff. Which would be pretty cool if I do that. That'd be pretty cool. But at the same time, I don't know how much material we would have to talk about at that point in time. But then again, knowing Hunter x Hunter, it'll be a lot of dialogue anyway. Unless he all of a sudden changes his way of operating, and then Hunter x Hunter goes from, like, having huge amounts of dialogue to, like, let's say, Bleach, where it's just, like, no dialogue, just black and white pages. Like, okay, Togashi, how the fuck did this happen? Oh, my dude. Oh, shit. Whoa. Hold on a second. Something almost fell from my system. Is my stream still up? Okay, yeah, we're still up. Hold on. Fuck, wow. Something almost fell. Let me, give me a second. Shit. The last thing I need is my stream fucking up. It's straight. Come on. Slowly. Do not disconnect, please. Please. Oh, shit. Okay, I got it. Got it. Okay. By the way, links for the chairs, affiliate links will be in the box below. Affiliate links will be in the box below. Right. So, just saying. If you're curious, if you're interested on the matter at hand. So let me go back to chat. Oh, my dudes. All right, any more questions I need to be aware of before I continue on with this discussion? Because we're not done yet. We still have Ging and Pariston. Still have these two. All right, this deadly duo. The Kakin stuff. I mean, I could go deeper in a Kurapika. I really could. Like, I really could. But do we need to? Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, we may need to. A nigga just may need to. All right, so here are the princes. Actually, no, let me do this first and foremost. Now that I'm here on this page. All right, you know what? Goddamn it. We will save Ging and Pariston, I guess, for last. Let's go back to Kakin. Now, oh my god. Here are the princes and their respective mothers. So, the first prince, all right, Benjamin, Mother Uma, the first queen. Hold on, wait. Any questions on EC? Hold on, let me see here. Skimming through the comments real quick. Something about Godspeed over Super Saiyan? What the fuck? No, this is okay. All right. Fuck it. Oh my god. Wow, babe. Just like stop. All right. All right. So no questions for the time being. Let's continue on. All right. Let's continue on. Hunter x Hunter. So Benjamin, first prince, second prince, Camilla, third prince, Shorai. Now I guess you want to call it the queen mother, like the queen of queens, is Uma. So this is the pot which creates the Nen beast, and it does so. Well, right here, the remaining sole survivor will become the official. So basically, they're vying for throne, and the remaining prince will become the successor to the throne. So a drop of blood goes into the pot right there, and then you put your hand. So a drop goes on top right there of blood, and then you put your hand in the mouth, which we'll get to real soon. So these are the queens. There's 8 queens total. All right. From his 8 legal wives, the king of Kakin fathered 14 heirs. Publicly, come on, here we go. Publicly, his wives are not ranked in any way. Publicly. And so that the gender of his children will have no influence on the succession of the throne. All of his children are referred to as prince. So even though Camilla is clearly female, okay, well, nowadays you can't really say that, but I'm going to assume that she is female. If she's male, then I mean, God damn you, Japan. God damn you. And by the way, this reminds me, in yesterday's Twitch chat, we were talking about some very sad shit. Like it was some very sad Japanese shit. It was like, wow. Okay, fuck it. I'm sorry. All right, I'm deviating. I'm tired. Leave me alone. So, female, but she's called Prince nonetheless. And then here is like the guy who is like, look at this fucking page, man. Like Benjamin, first prince, has a little small panel. Second prince, she has a little small panel. Third prince has again another smaller panel. Fourth prince, boom, an entire page to himself. Like, yeah, what up, nigga? Like, has the skulls and everything, dude. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, so everyone knows that this guy has the crimson eyes of the Kurta clan. The head. Who does that head belong to? Now, I don't think Kurapika's friend had his head removed. Pyro, something of the sort. I don't think so. No, I don't think that his head got removed. Like, I think that his eyes were removed. And I think Kurapika saw his body on the ground. I believe so. But I don't think that his head was chopped off. If it was, then that may be Pyro. But I forget. Because hold on. Nigga has to go back now. A nigga has to go back and just look up some stuff. I think it was right before this. I don't want to lose place. So. It was like right before. No. Hey, Kiss Anime. Kiss Manga, don't fuck me with these pop-ups. Don't you dare do that. A nigga just don't have time for that shit. This one started in 2014. Started in 41, so this should be 340, right? Yes. Nigga on point. So that's Pyro, and then Kurta Clan, and then Bullies, and then his eyes shine, and then what do you call it? He's a freak. Uchiha clan, basically. I'm trying to find out if he ever saw his body or not. Because I don't know who the head. I mean, it could be, like, when you look at Pyro, and you see his hair. Let me see here for a second. Like, I guess the way it's over his face, maybe? Hold on. Okay, let me continue here. If his head was chopped off, that could be him. Okay, so they don't show that. Okay. The news of Kurta clan massacre was reported throughout the world 6 weeks later. The news at the time was reported like this. The discovery was made by a female traveler who got lost in the woods. All 128 villagers had been killed. And I kind of wonder if the Kurta clan themselves originated from the Dark Continent. Like, you have to wonder these things now. Like, the Kurta clan are so unique, but how did they get that way in the first place? So potentially, maybe they originate from the Dark Continent. So if that ever were to be revealed, that may be a reason for Kurapika to go to the Dark Continent. Maybe, who knows? Not too sure, but let's continue here. Clan members had been forced to sit facing each other, and they had been stabbed, but were still alive before beheading. Okay, beheading before beheading. The pure-blooded members of the Kurta clan all had their eyes gouged out. From those from the outside who married into the clan kept their eyes, but had their bodies shown, but their bodies showed considerably more injury. The adult men had many injuries as well. but this was surely evidence of resisting the enemy before being captured. Okay, so they were beheaded. So that could be like if Kurta sees that, he's gonna kill this guy. He's just gonna kill him. He's just gonna flat out murder his ass. Like there's no if, ands, or what about that. Kurta gonna murder him. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna be just yikes. That's gonna be Kurta is just gonna murder him, man. Let me see here. From this, it is hypothesized that the culprit's first attack was clansmen from outside to agitate the pureblood Kurta clansmen, whose eyes would then turn red from grief and anger. They were then beheaded one by one. It is said that the Kurta's secret. It is said that the Kurta's scarlet eyes that arise from anger are the most brilliant shade of red and command quite a price in the black market. There were many merciless wounds on the bodies of the children as well, and it is thought that the culprits did this to incite the eyes of their parents to turn a more brilliant shade of red. Near the bodies of the massacred, a village believed from the culprits was found. We reject no one, so take nothing from us. Gotcha. Okay, so that's not okay. So beheading. That could be pyro. That could be. And if it is, yeah, you're fucking done, dog. You're done. All right. Fourth prince, Mother Uma as well. Whatever this fucking name is, this guy. Fifth prince. Sixth, seventh, eighth. This guy. Ninth. This guy. Okay, Harkenberg. He has some stuff to him. Like among the other princes, he seems to be up there as well. Like, this guy pulling the snoop, just getting high as fuck. Right? This man does not give a damn. This one, she has her pretty boys. He has his females. She's a scientist. Or she. Clearly deep into chemistry. This guy apparently started, like, some kind of, like, revolution or something. Like, Harkenberg has more depth to him than most of the other princes, with the exception of number 4 over here. So he may be one of the last to go among the princes. Then we have these two that share the same mother, Seiko, Kacho, and Fugetsu. Then we have these. Then we have the youngest 3. It's gonna be sad knowing that they're gonna die considering how young they are, but that's just the way it is. Hunter x Hunter doesn't really. Togashi just don't give a fuck sometimes, right? You could be a goddamn baby, and you'll have your head blown off for whatever goddamn reason. And that's it. So, this is how it forms. This is how they acquire their Nen beast. So, the pot itself, in all honesty, is not... That can't be from the human world. Like, that, I find it very... Like, you have to wonder how many things now in Hunter x Hunter come from the Dark Continent. This pot is unique, very unique. So, but maybe it is, right? Maybe someone long ago created the pot, and then the being that comes out of the pot is, in fact, I mean, it is a parasitic Nen type of creature based on the egg that she then puts into the mouth. But I just question the pot's origins. Like, yeah, it was passed down from the family from generation to generation, but is that really the case? I wonder. So they put a drop of blood into the top, put the hand in the mouth, and then she appears. He can't see her because he has no Nen ability. Even though this guy is sick and twisted, he has no Nen ability. He's not really a fighter as far as I can tell, but he is fairly smart. And inserts the egg into the mouth. You can kind of taste it, or he licks the blood or something. And here we have talking about the pot. So, a ceremony took place. That was the ceremony of the pot ovum passed down from generation to generation in the Kakin royal family. By proving the lineage of succession in your blood to the pot, and by praying for the throne, it is believed that it will bless one with special powers. Now, hopefully, The stream doesn't care. Okay. What I'm showing, I'm pretty sure, isn't nudity, but it's fucking weird, man. So here's an example of one of the Nen beasts, and this is the king of Kakin himself, and this is his Nen creature. According to the ancient text, the first king expressed his loneliness by by embodying it into this pot. Okay, well, that would explain that. Therefore, the battle for succession is tied to an ancient and honorable tradition with this pot. The children are being granted powers from the pot, even though they are completely unaware of it. If they had Nen, they'd be aware of it. Like Benjamin, since he does train, I would figure that he would actually have some degree of Nen control or Nen usage, but no, he has none of that. He's just like a muscle dude. It brings forth a sacred beast to protect them, the parasite beast. The guardian sacred beast is a vessel modeled after themselves. A frail and weak vessel has no chance of becoming king. So now, let us pray to whatever YouTube gods that this is not taken down. Because it's not nudity. It's a creature. But the creature is very twisted. So, yeah, here we go. This is his Nen beast. Yeah. That is his guardian sacred beast. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 8 arms that have like spikes coming out of it. Whatever the hell those are. I don't know what those are. I have no idea. Okay. They appear to be like fingers coming out of nibbles, or maybe they're just nibbles. I don't know. A nigga just don't know. I just don't know. Like udders, okay? Yeah. They look like cow udders. Thank you. All right, boom. They look like cow udders. The lips are extremely questionable. Like, it's like, what? Like, okay, their teeth there, yes, but then they're sideways. And, like, the way it's coming, I mean, like, come on. Like, that looks like something. Come on. Ah! Reported, flagged. Like, a nigga just don't know, okay? Just a nigga just don't know. I'm not gonna say if it is. I'm not gonna say if it isn't. I'm not gonna do blah 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 blah. All I'm saying, let me get off this goddamn page, all right? That's his creature. Whatever it is, it is, okay? Just it's. And when I think about it, it kind of does make some degree of sense considering how he has so many wives. But whatever, man. Just whatever, okay? It is what it is there, all right? It's not sexual in any way, shape, or form, okay? Guardian sacred, and I will also clarify that. This is a guardian sacred beast, this is a divine beast born from the strong prayers for one's offspring's prosperity. So it is clearly not sexual in any way, shape, or form, because this is something that is divine. How can something divine be sexual? Okay? Huh? How can something divine be sexual? Just saying. A divine beast born from the strong prayers for one's offspring's prosperity. It haunts. Like, see, that's weird though. Like, it's divine, but it haunts. Whatever. It haunts those with a strong affinity for the dead. It feeds on the aura of those that it haunts, and those people have influence on its form and ability. But since it is not created from their own body, it is not bound to the will of its host. It is not bound to the will of its host. Important stuff. Important stuff. Now, the reason why... Okay, fuck. That, I'm pretty sure, covers most of the Kakin stuff. There are still a few more things that we could touch upon. And honestly, we should. How long has this stream been? It's been what, 2 hours? Maybe? I'm not too sure. I'm not. Has it been 2 hours? I don't know. A nigga just don't know. Okay, it's been 2 hours. All right, so before I even want to get to the Ging and Pariston stuff, there's this motherfucker right here. All right, Sayu. Now, if you forgot about Sayu, I'm telling you now, you shouldn't have forgotten about Sayu. Oh boy. Okay, so, oh wow, there's so many things to talk about. Now, let me give you the gist of it. Here's the general gist of it, which ultimately leads to, where's that one particular panel? Not on this page, I think. Oh, no, it's before. It's before. And by the way, here's Benjamin. Benjamin, he's a muscle guy. He has no nen, or he can't control his nen, but he apparently choked out a lion when he was talking to this guy over here, the fourth prince. And the fourth prince is messed up. Okay, wait. We're not done with the princes just yet. I want to show an example of the fourth prince's cruelty, which is not like too upfront in your face, but it kind of is, considering how, well, like, you get the idea of how sick this guy is. So it's on which particular chapter, I do wonder. Okay, no, it's after this chapter. Yeah, so this chapter. Bingo. So here is the fourth prince of Kakin. There's some party going on in some city somewhere, and we have these two girls having fun. They're dancing. We have this guy. He kind of scopes them out. He slides a card, and boom, she gives the okay sign, and then boom, amazing. This entire hotel, yeah, it's the prince's property. Welcome. Please make yourselves at home. So here is the fourth prince of Kakin. Seems like a really nice guy, very lavish, twinkling everywhere. In order to not become too detached from the real world, I'd like to hear your stories of all different kinds, and so on and so forth. And then the next thing we get is a flush of some kind, or whatever. And then the prince is talking to the girl, or he's talking to the guy who sent the girls up to him. Hey, Mark, what the hell is up with those girls? The only things they had in their heads were fashion and fucking. They didn't know shit about Higgs and stuff, okay? Just whatever. All right, stocks. I see stocks. Okay, fine, whatever. And I'm going to go as far down as that, because even though we see no genitals, I'm not going to, nah. I can't risk it with YouTube. You just can't risk it sometimes. But let me just zip. Okay, here we go. I zip down so fast they can't read it. Cool. Let's go back up. Okay, let's go. Hey, oppa. But the end result of him talking to those two girls was apparently this. So he seems to have something for, like, brains or whatever. I don't know. Like, what this guy does exactly, I don't know. Yeah, he has potentially the head of Pyro in a jar, as well as the Kurta clan members' eyes. His chair has skulls on it, and like there seems to be some other fucked up shit around him. But when he talked to those two girls, the end result was this: just blood. He's in a jacuzzi, and there's blood all across the ground on the side. It's like, dude, what the fuck just happened? And on top of that, you can see from his legs, there seems to be a lot of blood on his legs as well. And like his torso has, like on the bottom of his torso, you can see that there's blood there too. So this guy was covered in blood. And he was naked while he was covered in blood. So it's like, what the fuck happened? It's like, whoa, why? Like, what's going on there? What this guy is doing I don't know. Benjamin can take him? No, no. No, 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 no. Based on this alone, all right? Based on this alone, Benjamin ain't taking this dude. He's just not. I'm sorry. Benjamin can't handle this guy. This guy's just too messed up. He's too warped. He's too twisted. So, now let's deviate to the hunters. And in this case, we're going to be talking about Sayu. We're going to be talking about, okay, I don't want to get on this guy, but I mean, okay, fuck. I'm just tired right now. I'm really, really tired. Which is why I need kind of breaks from going over all this stuff, because there's a lot of stuff here. There is a fuck ton of stuff here. But we do get to see some of Jin's combat prowess, which was cool as piss to see. There is Benjamin. He's choking out a lion, and like he rips off the lion's head. And then there's this guy. This guy has some dude. Like, I think, yeah, like this guy seems to be drawing a tattoo on this woman. But I'm not too sure if the woman is alive or dead. Knowing this guy, knowing this sick, twisted dude, like the woman does not seem to be moving at all. Like she appears to be like kind of like tied up like this. So she could be unconscious. She could be dead. Knowing him, probably dead. And I think what this guy is drawing on her back, or tattooing on her back, is a spider. I'm not too sure, but I think it's a spider, like on some Phantom Troop shit. You have to wonder, like this guy has, when we do find out some of his secrets, they're going to be dark and twisted and extremely warped. But there's Benjamin again. Benjamin, just muscles and lion, fuck you, I'm mad, die. End of story. That's Benjamin for you, plain and simple. So, when it comes to Beyond Netero, basically, Beyond Netero, even though before, like in 2012, Beyond Netero announced that he would go to the Dark Continent, that kind of stuff. Kakin, I'll take you there. That's when the initiation of the Voyage starts, and this creates the chaos among all the nations. Mainly the V5, then they become the V6. And as a result, Beyond Netero, he has some ulterior motives. He doesn't want to stop at the outskirts continents, obviously, of the human world. He wants to go into the Dark Continent itself, fully. He couldn't do that before because Netero himself, all right, the main man Netero, he had placed a restriction on anyone going to the Dark Continent. And I quote from Netero. There should be a, yeah, right here. So, this is another message from Netero to the Zodiac. During the time of the V5, while organizations were formed from political expectations, the original Scout Brigade was created behind closed doors and sent off into the New World. Shouldering the and also, hold on, let me say this here now too. Now that's on my mind. The New World of Hunter x Hunter is almost like the danger level is what I kind of wanted the New World of One Piece to be. Like the New World of Hunter x Hunter, the Dark Continent, is scary as fuck in so many ways. And right now, the New World of One Piece overall has been like there are some crazy things, but overall it's like, it's like the people there are far more scary than the creatures of the New World, truth be told. Though there's Zunisha, but still, it's kind of like, whatever, you get my point here. Let's continue. Shouldering the decision-making for the actions of exploration was one single person known as a specialist, my own son, Beyond. So, specialist, known as a specialist. That doesn't mean his Nen, I would think, but more so just what he can do overall. Let's continue though. Without heeding to my counsel, they took an unexplored route, and this led to the result of countless victims returned. A new calamity had occurred, which I believe is the Zobe disease. My son wanted to go back and challenge it again, but until my death, I hereby prohibit it. So Beyond Netero was prohibited from going back into the Dark Continent until Netero, Chairman Netero, had passed away. He passed away because of Meruem and the Chimera ants, and the restraints were off. Beyond Netero came back to the fold strong. So right after the Chimera arc, and right after news of Netero's passing, that's when you have Beyond and Kakin, I will take you there, Beyond. So, this then leads to the Zodiac. Now, Beyond Netero have been plotting within the Hunter organization for a fairly long time. And Kurapika and Leorio are two additions to the Zodiac 12. Pariston and Jin left. Pariston left because Pariston, he resigned, and well, we all saw that, I think, at the end of the series in the anime. For Pariston, he got the votes to be president, then he resigned to be president, and Jin and Pariston, they talk about this in greater detail. But essentially, Pariston has this kind of sick love for the association, where more or less he wants the association to be good, but he propels them in a very sick way, where it's like he manipulates the environment around them, whether it's the 5,000 Chimera, whether it's manipulating hunters, where he has his own hunters, the mediator hunters, the moderator hunters, whatever they're called, that do his bidding, that like manipulate shit. But it's all for the betterment of the Hunter Association. Like, it's kind of like a really twist version of tough love. Like, it's out there. Either way, the result here is two new Zodiac members, Kurapika and Leorio. Leorio was asked first by Cheeto, Dog, because he's very popular, because he punched Jin in the face. The second one, Kurapika, was recommended by Leorio. Now, Kurapika then comes to the clear deduction that Beyond, because he was willing to submit himself to the Zodiac, he must have allies in the Hunter Association. And then Cow, Mizai Storm, or Stum, and Cheeto, they came to the same conclusion, that there's probably someone within the association, like many folks probably, actually, that are on Beyond Netero's side. So, Kurapika, working with Mizai Storm, they formulate a plan where they are going to try and reveal who the traitors are among the Zodiac. And, well, they do so via camera and by revealing their Nen powers. Now, because Nen is a complex battle system, but it is commonly known that you shouldn't reveal your Nen powers to people in general, unless they're very strong, close friends or family, that kind of stuff. But colleagues, associates, enemies, you don't reveal your powers to them. So the Zodiac do not know each other's powers until this particular chapter, where they start talking about not only the traitor amongst them, but in order to reveal, or in order to try and mitigate the possibility of the traitor derailing their whole plans, they reveal their powers. So Mizai Storm he starts, I can, by presenting 3 colored cards to my opponent, I can restrict their movements. That is cross game, which he used before in the previous chapter. With blue, I have, okay, well, I don't need to go through all this, all right? But you get the gist here. He explains his powers. And then, when they go across the table, Kurapika used Emperor of Time to then kind of read the auras around the Zodiac. And with that, he's able to tell who is the traitor and who is clean. And the traitor, dun dun dun, is Sayu Monkey. So the traitor among the Zodiac 12, if you had forgotten, now you know, now you remember, is Sayu is Monkey, is Sun Wukong, because, well, he just is. He's a traitor. And he's working for, well, okay, he's not necessarily working for Beyond, but he wants to help Beyond. And actually, in a previous chapter to this chapter, when they explain, when they talk about their situation and like who is going to play what role, who is defense, who is in the biology, who is in the linguistics, that kind of stuff, like what role they're going to play when it comes to the Dark Continent, Sayu says to the Zodiac, well, I have, just so you guys know, I can watch Netero I can watch Beyond all by myself. No problems. Well, if he were to do that, he would probably set his ass free because the traitor is Sayu. It's you. So, yeah, traitor. Traitor. And now that Mizai Storm know that, they're keeping their eyes on Sayu. Well, Mizai and Cheeto. They both know that. So, that I think covers most of the, well, okay, it covers the Zodiac stuff that's important. If I were to say most, that'd be insane, because then I'd have to go through each of their roles. Like, what is Mizai Storm going to play? What is Sayu going to play? What is Horse going to play? What is Tiger going to play? It's like, ugh, I don't want to go through every individual role of each of the Zodiac. That's a bit much for this stream. And my throat is seeking some water. So, the Zodiac covered. Most of the Kakin stuff covered. The Dark Continent covered. The New Continent Voyage covered. Black Whale Mark II covered. Ging and Pariston not covered. Oh, Ging and Pariston. So I will take some questions before we get to Ging and Pariston. And then if I wasn't so tired, I'd be like, okay, we can do more, a lot more. But I'm gonna probably stop after Ging and Pariston. All right, it's been a long stream anyway. Ging and Pariston. Oh boy! 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 Let me see. Okay, well, let's try and get some questions for Hunter x Hunter, not One Piece stuff. Even though I just thought of One Piece, and of course the guys in Super Chat will get noticed first. And my phone has no power. Oh no, well, 20% battery. So I'll put on low power mode. No, I am tired. I really am tired. So I'm trying to focus here. This has gone from a 2-hour stream to a 3-hour stream. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let me see here. Do you think Leorio and Cheetah will go on a date? Probably no. I don't see. Cheetah is too. She's too. How do you say? Like she's not a bad person at all, but she's too systematic. She's too focused on the task at hand to even consider going on dates or stuff like that. As far as I can tell. What do you think Sayu will do as a traitor? Okay, well, the thing here is Sayu right now, his main prerogative, if he is the traitor, which he probably is the traitor, his main prerogative will be to set Beyond free. So Sayu is not going to do anything. Honestly, he won't do anything until either they reach Dark Continent waters or they reach the Dark Continent itself. So he's not doing anything for a while. But at least they know that he's a traitor. So now that being said, because Sayu is now known as a traitor, and because they're gonna be watching him like hawks, obviously, what he will do now that his powers were revealed, He has three monkeys. His three monkeys are see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. So now they know what his powers are, and if those monkeys hit them, then one of their senses gets negated. Speech, sight, hearing. If all three hit, then you can't speak, you can't see, you can't hear. So he may incapacitate one of the Zodiacs. Like, I think him and Horse are guarding Beyond. If he gets to jump on Horse, and Horse can't see what's going on, he can free Beyond once they get to the Dark Continent, and Beyond can do whatever he wants to do. However, that plan has changed for the most part, because Cheetah, I think, now has given, like, once they get to the Dark Continent, Beyond is going to have some free range, but he's going to be monitored by a tracking device, and other restrictions are put in place. So basically, Cheetah and Mizai Storm, they're making enough effort to where even if Sayu does try and do something, it won't be that impactful at all, and he probably will fail. All right. Any other questions? Do you think Kurapika's Nen Master will die? No. I mean, if he did, would it really be a big deal? Because he's not really someone that has been that much of a focus. I mean, right now he's one of the bodyguards, which is interesting, but he's not really someone that's had that much spotlight. So I don't think that he will die. I only see him staying around for the new continent stuff, not the Dark Continent stuff. Kurapika may stick around for the Dark Continent stuff, considering how he is a member of the Zodiac. All right, so even though Kurapika has his own agenda, for damn sure, absolutely. However, he is still a member of the Zodiac. Kurapika is Rat, so the only one of that group I see sticking around that long is Kurapika. And that guy dying, I don't think so. Will there be a time skip? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 5-year journey. Either a 5-year journey to at least the Dark Continent, or a 5-year journey to just the outskirts of the human world. There's going to be a time skip. I mean, in fact, there was already like a month time skip previously in this section of the story. So there will be a time skip for sure. Definitely. All right. So, again, I'm going to focus now on the Pariston and Jin stuff, and then we'll call it a stream. If you really, really, really want your question answered, and I haven't answered yet, you're going to have to use Super Chat, because after I do Pariston and Jin, I'm done. I am done, all right? So, Pariston and Jin. Now, these guys have a very awkward and strange relationship. Not really like a relationship though. Like it's more so like, okay, first of all, let me get rid of all chapters I don't need, because I want to shave off some stuff here that's not in my I stopped at the wrong fucking time. I mean, like, we don't see any genitals, but it's like, fuck, I don't want to risk it. This, let me do this, let me do this. Make sure we can focus down on just Pariston and Jin. And so this is when Jin arrives at this group. Now, good time to start. These guys they see before you, they are all Beyond's dudes. Beyond, these guys for years have been training, have been honing their skills, and they are specialists of various sorts. And it's not just them; it's also like another batch of guys that we'll see come in later. And these specialists are all designed to deal with certain tasks that may or may not happen when they reach the Dark Continent. They can handle that stuff. So, Jin wants in. because this group he feels is like where he should be in order to go to the Dark Continent. And among that group is Pariston, the former rat of the Zodiac. And Ging and Pariston want to let me join in too. Opportunity only knocks once, right? So, Jin wants in. Jin knows a lot of things that Pariston has done in order to manipulate the situation at hand. Easy. And Jin wants the number 2 position. All right, he doesn't want number 1, he wants number 2. He says specifically, I want to be number 2 and the story. And he does give these guys a very amazing is okay. I'm not too sure if ultimate is the right word. Option. All right, not ultimate, option. But all the while, they do a pretty good job of. Jin does a pretty good job of outlining Pariston's character. He does a very good job of doing that. Even though Jin is considered to be an idiot by most of the Zodiac, Jin is not an idiot. Let me be very fucking clear when I say that. Even though Jin is perceived to be an idiot, he is the furthest thing from. It's like, nigga, what? Like, this man, Gon's father, Jin, is impressive. I mean, he's shockingly impressive, man. Now, one of the guys among this group, they want to get fisticuffs with Jin. This guy, he's like a brutish guy, whatever his name is. I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. But Jin lets it be known, don't fuck with me. Just this is a hallucination. What do you call it? An intimidation hallucination that makes statements. Don't fuck with me, or I'm gonna punch you so hard, so fast, so many times. I'm gonna cave in your face, and blood is gonna be squirting out of your ears. Like, stop. Don't fuck with me. And he knows now. Don't fuck with Jin. All right. Now, we covered that off. After that, Jin, after he displays that, they're not just going to follow Jin willy-nilly, obviously. But Jin makes this offer to all these guys. I'll double the reward money that Beyond is paying you, and I'll give it to you up front. Other than that, you can keep on doing everything as you've been up till now. I will double I will double the reward money that Beyond is paying you. And Beyond is paying these cats a lot of money. Dog. Yo, okay, I think it was, yeah, I remember now. Beyond is paying each of these people, and mind you, it's not just them too. It's another like a bunch of guys. I think it's like 25 people total. Beyond is paying 25 people total. The ones that are going to be going directly to the Dark Continent. He's paying them 1.5 billion of whatever currency they have. Let me be very clear when I say that. Beyond is paying them 1.5 billion each. That's a lot of money. That's a goddamn lot of money. And on top of that, there are standby people who are going to stay in the human world and for relay and that kind of stuff, whatever. And they are going to be paid 200 million each for whatever currency it is. And Jin is going to pay double that. So each of these cats, Jin is going to give them 3 billion. And he's going to do it up front. Oh. Now, you have to wonder, how in the hell can Jin afford 3 billion each? You have to wonder, like, how many zeros is in Jin's bank account? Mind you, Jin is a legendary hunter who's discovered many things. Many things. The man is a legend. I am legend. That's Jin. And yet, the man can pay 3 billion each. And we'll get to that at some point. Because that is stated. And of course, let's not forget about the standby guys that he has to pay 400 million each. A lot of money, Jin. A lot of money. Well, okay, let me not say each, per se. Because apparently, Pariston did this for free. All right, according to what was said, he did this for free. So it actually is stated at the end of the chapter. Okay, so like some of the guys don't want the money, other guys do want the money. But here we go. So Pariston, do you have any objections? Yeah, not at all. On the contrary, having you as number 2 would be a tremendous asset for us. Well then, why don't you go ahead and tell me your account information and salary then? Though, if my calculations are correct, as I expect them to be, no matter how many times you double 0, it's gonna be 0. So Pariston has this. Pariston's character gets developed quite a bit in this particular in these chapters. Well, not developed, but his characterization is flushed out in these chapters for damn sure, and it's some good stuff. Now, here is the next batch of guys that come in. Mueller, all right, Mueller and his boys. They are the army guys, all right. So they're the muscle. They're the brute force people here, and Mueller and his guys. They come in there. They try and cause some chaos or whatever. Is my shit frozen? Well, I'm about to say, like, wrong time to freeze on me, dog. Dude, whoa. So Mueller comes in there. Then we have these guys, all right, the Mohawk guy or whatever. They want to pick fight with Jin because they don't want Jin to be, like, according to what was said by them, they don't want Jin to be, like, they don't care about what's going on with Jin. Our former boss was beyond. We could care less about who is number 1 and number 2. Doesn't care. So they attack Jin and Pariston. Jin and Pariston have to flee to, like, the basement. And like, the basement itself is, like, some type of, like, underground tunnel area. And here, for the first time, genuinely so, we're seeing a display of Jin's powers and what Jin can do. This is crucial. So Jin displays this. So he takes out these guys by doing a Leorio move. He punches the ground repeatedly and makes like these Nen ripples, which then he controls. Baby Jin. He controls these Nen ripples. This is Leorios. And by doing so, he's able to take these guys out with Nen blasts from the ground. He punches the ground repeatedly, controls the Nen, directs that shit. That's crazy admissions. And he's able to direct that ship upwards towards these guys. And then Jin says this. Is this a technique that's able to trace other people's abilities? No, it's nothing that amazing. It's nothing so amazing. If I get hit by a strike type ability once, I can pretty much imitate it. It's just a natural talent, I guess. The man has a fucking natural talent to imitate other people's abilities when he is hit by said ability. So basically, he is the main character of Tower of God. All right, like the main character of Tower of God. I forgot his name. He has the same ability. All right, and it's different. Yeah, no, it's different, but it's the same thing because he's not directly using Lero's ability. He's not making his fist appear from like a pocket dimension or whatever. But what he's doing is that he's manipulating the Nen to where it acts that way. Bam. Thank you. Yeah, bam. Yeah, bam. So he's pulling out some bam stuff, but not to the same degree. Because Nen is far more complex than that. Like, you just can't copy someone's ability straight up. You just can't do that. But he can imitate it. All right? Right there. Now, he also does something that's very cool as well, and it's displayed as to why he can do this probably later on in the chapter, or not this chapter, but the next chapter, I believe so. So he's able to tap his palm, and he sends out his nen almost like it's an ultrasound, and so he's able to tell where people are, and by doing so, he does admissions through the wall, and he's able to blast these two guys in the back. And then doing that same thing that he discovered via Leorio's ability, via like the ultrasound, he knows that no one's coming. And then he says this to Pariston after all that. Mission has been completed, right? You had them put on a show for me, right? I mean, the whole thing was obviously staged. The whole thing was obviously staged. There were a lot of rough edges throughout the biggest mistake, though the biggest mistake was with that pissed off Mohawk guy. He didn't bring up the choice of kicking us both out. Although if the choice were given, I may have possibly taken it. So Jin knew that this thing was a ruse. He knew that this man was staging the whole thing. And look at Pariston. Look at fucking Pariston. Pariston hates Jin. He does. All right, and there's Mueller and like, oh well, you caught me and blah 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 blah. Then there's this one other guy who has an ability that comes in, clearly a robot like military dude as well, who has this net ability, powerful. He materializes a powerful heavy weapon, which is manned by an emitter type. Actually, I think it's two guys, not one guy. Not too sure. No. It's one guy in the armor, but then there's a second guy that sits there, who is an emitter type, definitely. And that's really it when it comes to Jin and Pariston's situation. So we see who's a part of the team. Jin has paid off most of the people there. Some way, somehow. He's paid them off. Now he's in. Congratulations on your inauguration as number 2. In name only, that is. As always, you can take the lead. I'll have to refuse on that. I want to see how well you handle things. I see. Then I won't hold back. So it looks like Jin has quite literally taken over Beyond Netero's group. He's paid them double. And on top of that, Jin has displayed some fantastic linguistic skills. I forgot what his name was. But he does have this like language match, this ancient language match with this guy who apparently is a professor of the stuff. Yeah, so he's a professor at a university. And he knows ancient language a lot. But Jin beat him. He beat him in the ancient language by like leaps and bounds. And on top of that, to showcase his Nen control, like nobody else we've seen thus far, Jin, he has his aura do certain things, and he says that it doesn't mean much, but I doubt that. He says, well, it's not like it says anything about your ability. It's more like just spinning a pen on your finger. But it displays fantastic Nen control, where he makes his aura into like little animals and stuff like that. Like first he makes a wart, then he makes several warts, and then he makes the warts move across his fingers. Then he makes them into animals or whatever, and then he makes warts on top of warts, Nen warts, Nen warpception. It's crazy. So basically, in these chapters, we get a lot of character stuff from Pariston, and for Jin as well. And now we know where they stand. Now we know where this party stands. And that is going to be probably I can't say it'd be the main group that we follow to the Dark Continent. It may be. Possibly. But if not the main group, then the second main group that we'll follow to the Dark Continent. Easy. And that being said, guys and gals, I am done with this stream. That's pretty much it. That's all we gotta know. Yeah. So we covered everything else in this long stream. My throat is killing me. Not that much though, but still, it is, yeah. And I will. Normally I do this, but I will spend another 5 minutes for comments, and that's it. I am tired as piss, man. Whoa. I am so tired right now, dog. Oh my god. I And by the way, I didn't see, but was the web camera doing this without the stream? Because I think it was, because I see it now. The web camera was doing that weird choppy shit. I have still not fixed that. I've tried to, but it keeps on doing that. I do not record on my phone anymore. My phone is unnecessary anymore, which is good. Oh, man. But, hey, if you don't know what was going to go down with Hunter x Hunter, now you know. Now you're ready. Now we are all ready for a few hours' time when we get the latest chapter. Scanlation, of course. Scanlation. Yeah, it's 1:10 a.m. here. Same time. Same time. Okay, no, I'm not going to do a live reaction. Because the live reaction is just... For a Hunter x Hunter chapter, I don't see that being a good thing. I'll keep it plain and simple. Plain and simple. Anybody else? Oh yeah, and then I do need to do a One Piece live stream at some point later on in the week. Yeah, later on in the week there'll be a One Piece live stream I gotta do. Then after that, I'm gonna do potentially I'm gonna do a live stream for when I reach I want to do a live stream for the 110 subscriber mark, and then I may do the Versus live stream, which will be oh my god. Fairy Tail is trash too. Yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, I was gonna do a video on one of the chapters that folks want me to do a chapter on. Something about Natsu and then bullshit Zeref, but whatever. I was like, fuck it. Not a big deal there. Alright, so is that it, folks? Are we done? Alright, cool. I think we're done. I think we are done. Alright, so I'm gonna see you guys. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Fuck me, man. Gotta stretch it out. My legs. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna see you guys later. You came too late. Yeah. No, my bad. I should have definitely have gone to the stream earlier. I should have done it earlier, around 5 p.m. That was my desired time, but that's it, yo. So thanks again for coming out to the stream. I do appreciate that. What the fuck? And we will be talking about, there will be Hunter x Hunter 7 a.m. where I am at. Yeah, I know. I think like London, UK, or maybe some like Italian time, Spain time. I'm not too sure, but oh, okay, all right, yeah, no. See, I forgot. I read it wrong. Okay, so the trip is 5 weeks. Yeah, my bad. 5 years. Yeah, I kept on saying years, right? Yeah. Mm. But the trip is 5 weeks to the outskirts continent, not for the dark continent, right? I believe so. Yeah, no, that was a goof. I'm sorry. I tend to when I'm tired like that, I tend to goof like that easy. So my bad. So for the cats that didn't know, 5 weeks, not 5 years. Yeah, 5 weeks. But there still should be a time skip at some point. I believe so. Not when they get to the continent, the new continent, but when they get to the dark continent. Like the dark continent waters, I think there will be a time skip there. Because I'm not too sure if they indicate how much time it takes to get from the border of the human world to the dark continent. Oh, that's it. That's it. Tired. Thanks again for coming to the stream. I'm going to see you cats later. Have a nice goddamn day.